What's up? This Bash Reads the Beat Butcher, and I'm listening to Esskimo and the Get Rich Rapping Podcast. Keep it locked.
Yo, what up? This is Jay Killer. I'm listening to Esskimo and the Get Rich Rapping Podcast. What you know about getting rich from rapping, son?
What's poppin'? This is Chris Yup, and we listening to Esskimo and the Get Rich Rapping Podcast, homeboy. Pull your socks up.
What's going on, people? This is Esskimo of GetRichRapping.com. After the great success of the first podcast, I was very keen to get into the second one. Now, I've been racking my brain, what kind of topic shall I go with for this one? It's something that everybody's at least heard about. Not too many people know the facts or how to use it in their lives. Law of attraction. What is the law of attraction? Well, essentially, it's a theory. There's no real facts. Even though I can hand on heart tell you that this really exists, the law of attraction is a very real thing. I haven't got anything on paper to show you that it's a 100% fact, but there's no official proof. You know what I mean? Regardless of what anybody's beliefs are on the subject. But law of attraction is a certain flow in life, a certain attitude, a certain way of thinking that gets things to come into your life and means that you don't have to chase or fight things off. It just comes to you. Now, a lot of people think it's just a case of positive thinking. Now, you watch something like The Secret, or you read The Secret, and you know they leave a lot of parts out from my experience and further research it deeper into the subject. Just by positive thinking, good things are going to happen in your life, but you can sit there on your ass and do nothing and think positively all day if you like to. That Ferrari's not going to drop out the sky in reverse onto your front drive. So it's really it takes action too. But if we start with the positive thinking element of it, you have to believe that not only you will get these things in your life, you've just got to know that it's going to happen in your life because you're willing and will do the actions required to get those things to appear in your life, to attract those things to you. Now, say, for example, you wanted to be a multi-platinum selling artist. Well, it's all good sitting in your bedroom not recording tracks, or recording tracks and just post them on Facebook. You're not going to make it happen. You've got to be realistic and realize you've still got to take the actions. It's just the law of attraction puts you in a space where I feel like you're making the right decisions. You're not anxious about it anymore because you're so confident and you believe in it so much that it just finds its way to you, simply because you're walking up a path and it's coming towards you the opposite way. So the more walking you do, the faster you walk, the more you put into your walk, the quicker you're going to realize those dreams and those ambitions. It's really about how you frame life. You know, you can look at a situation and you can, now let's say your relationship breaks down, your girlfriend breaks up with you. Now, how do you look at that? Do you look at that like, oh my God, look what I've lost? Because when you do that, you're going to sink into a lower vibration. You're going to be attracting still, but you'll be attracting depressed thoughts, depressed ideas, depressed feelings. Whereas if you frame that and look at it like, oh my God, look at this freedom that I've gained, that's when you're going to start attracting positive things into your life, because when you're happy, you're going to put out good energy. When you feel positive, you're going to put out positive energy if that's what you're putting out. You know, positive energy always wants to find positive energy. It's like for like, and it wants to be around its own energy. So the more positive energy you put out there, the more you're going to have in your life too. And the same thing works for the dark energy, the bad energy that you're putting out there. If you notice, when you're in a rut or you're not feeling good in life, and you start saying that you haven't got any friends, or you've got no real friends, or everybody's fake, or you hate everybody, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And a lot of it is momentum, because we as people tend to find it difficult to switch out of a feeling that we're in, or a pattern that we're in. So when everything's starting to go downhill, a lot of the time we won't say, right, we need to change this right now. We don't recognize the signs. We're just so caught up in that bad feeling that we ride the wave until it crashes, instead of jumping off the wave and swimming the other way. You know what I mean? And the same works in a positive. When everything's going so well, we can keep that momentum by keeping that mindset that we have of we are already what we are becoming, or what we're looking to become. We are already that. We just need to make the moves to do the right thing. And if we stay in that momentum, that vibration, we're going to have no problems in achieving what we're looking for, because they're not problems then, they're just obstacles. And you're already in the mindset that any obstacle I face, I am going to overcome. And once you're in that zone, it's powerful. I've been in that zone for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. Like, I used to fluctuate before. I've always been into the law of attraction. I was never as strong as I am now, just because I've seen so many results from sticking to it, that I'd be stupid to fall back into old habits, and I'm not a stupid person. So I've learned from those mistakes, and now I'm in a vibration where I always win, because when I lose, it's a lesson. And I take the positive, like I was saying about when your girlfriend breaks up with you, and which way you lean to. Is it a loss or is it a gain? Because if you look at everything like a gain, if you make a mistake and you look at that like, damn, at least I learned this, so next time I'll do a much better job. Next time you're going to do a much better job. Otherwise, if you're in that negative thing of the bad thing that happened, next time you're going to psych yourself out, or you're not going to feel right about what you're doing, so you're going to make those mistakes again. Probably the biggest thing in the whole idea of the law of attraction, well, it's definitely the biggest thing, is to know why. Why are you doing this? Why do you wake up early? Why do you go to sleep late? Why do you do the things you do? Why do you kick yourself up the ass to get things done? Why do you lose sleep because you're laying awake thinking, I want this so much, I want these things in my life? Is it your kids? Is it your family in general? Is it where you've come from? Is it someone that you've lost and you don't want their loss to be in vain? And you want them to, if they can see you, to know that you're making the most of your life, or whatever your personal why is. You've really got to be in tune with that. You really need to know step by step, inch by inch, why you want this, because that why is going to be what you need to refer to every time you feel like this is getting too much, or every time you feel like you don't know what to do, or you don't have the energy to find out, or the energy to actually do what you need to do. Because all you've got to do then is just tap into your why. So instead of thinking about how hard it is or why it won't happen, you can tap into that why and say, no, that I cannot give up because of why I want this. And also you've got to have a crystal clear vision of what it is. There's no point in just saying, yeah, I want to have a nice house and a nice car and I want to be comfortable with money. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and say, this is exactly what I want. I want this house at this address in this city in this country. I want this car to be working in this position, working with that person, doing this thing. I want to spread out and have a brand that deals with that niche. As specific as you can get it. Because think about it, how are we going to find out what we need to do exactly? How are we going to do what we need to do exactly if we don't know what we're looking for? Say you're trying to identify someone, and you say, oh yeah, it's a white guy with brown hair. They're not going to find that person because they don't have enough clear information. But if you say it's a white guy with brown hair wearing this jacket, he's got a scar on this cheek, he's wearing these shoes, he's about this height, he's got this type of facial hair, then you're going to have a much more clear vision that's going to lead to that person being found. Given a rough, vague description of what you want in life, you're going to do the rough, vague things it takes to, vaguely, roughly see it You know what I mean? You've got to be crystal clear. You've got to be pinpoint accurate on what you want in life. And then once you've got that crystal clear image, it's just a case of lining out the steps that you've got to take and taking them one at a time, as perfectly as you can step. You know, it's not a race. A lot of people will come in and they'll do so much and they'll burn themselves out, or they'll overlook the fine details and end up in a worse position than they were to begin with. Really, it's not a race. It's not about making it happen as fast as possible. I mean, if you can handle the work rate, like I've got a crazy work ethic. I did things as a producer in in 3 weeks of producing, a month of producing, that people have spent 6-7 years trying to do. But that's because I can handle that work ethic. Not everybody has got that in them. I think the harder you work, the faster it's going to happen. But it's going to happen if you take all the steps. If there's 20 steps and you take 20 steps, regardless of how long it takes you to take those 20 steps, you're at the destination. So if you haven't got the type of brain that can process information that fast, to be able to move so dynamically and make things happen so quickly and so much in such a short time, that doesn't mean that you're not capable of getting things done. You've just got to do it at your pace and slow it down and put your thought and your effort and your concentration into every single step along the way. And I want to go back and reiterate, the basic principle here is that whatever you think about the most in life, you will attract into your life, because that's what you're going to take action on. If you're thinking about success, you're thinking about moves to make, if you're thinking about you in the position that you're aiming for in life, that's going to bring that closer to you, because your actions are going to be in a line with your thoughts. So you're going to be doing the things that you're thinking about. And if you're thinking about doing the things you're supposed to be doing to be successful, you're going to attract those things into your life. And obviously vice versa, if you're thinking about how hard it's going to be, if you're worried about the mistakes you're going to make, if you're scared to put yourself on the line in case of what people think of you, those bad things are going to happen too. I mean, your brain is the most powerful thing. Like, the human brain has put people on the moon. The human brain has scaled Mount Everest. The human brain has done these crazy things. That the human brain has got a big chunk of metal with wings into the sky. You know, like, how powerful are we? And we've got to tap into that power, and we've got to understand that we can work with that power to achieve better results in our lives, to achieve better positions in our lives. It's not going to be easy to put yourself into this thought vibration. It's not something that happened for me overnight. Like I said, you know, I fluctuated until maybe 2 years ago. And since then I've been going strong, but it was really a challenge to get to that point. I'm not expecting you to listen to this podcast and automatically be solved. You know, this is going to take some extra work on your behalf, some extra things for you to do to get your mind in that space of being able to operate in harmony with the universe and to think positively and attract that positive into your life. There's going to be a lot of tests. Like, life is a test. Can you withstand the struggles? Can you withstand the pressure you're going to face? Not unless you're in a positive vibration and looking at all these tests, these obstacles and struggles as necessary, and almost look forward to them for a chance to prove to yourself once again that the power of your mind is more powerful than any obstacle that you could face in your life. And honestly, if you can get yourself into this mindset, like I said, the amount of things I've been achieving since I've been able to stay in this mental space and move forward with it, it's ridiculous, man. My income has shot through the roof. The people I'm helping are getting better results. There are more people coming to me to spend money with me and invest and to work with me. Honestly, if it's the last thing you do, you need to get yourself into this vibration and experience life while growing and seeing these things that you used to think were a pipe dream start to become real, because people have done crazier things than what we're aiming for. You know, we might be aiming for 50 million in the bank and wherever you want to live and live in a certain lifestyle, but there's people like the Wright brothers, like I said, that put a plane in the sky, made it possible for the rest of time for us to go into the sky. Who would have ever thought that in that day and age? Now that's common. You see planes everywhere. You think, yeah, that's normal. Your big dream, your big idea could be normal to people one day, no matter how ridiculous it seems now. And if you believe in yourself and you know why you're doing it, and you stick to it and you stay positive, man, it's gonna happen for you. Like, you take the 20 steps and the 20 steps are taken. There's no two ways about it. You are where you set out to be. But you just gotta take those steps, man. And think positively and act positively and think about the right things and do the right things, which is a lot easier than you might think it is. You just gotta get yourself into this particular mind state first. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope we got some breakthroughs for you. Definitely going to be hitting you guys up soon with another podcast. I'm really enjoying these, getting to speak for a long period of time and really say what's on my heart, what's on my mind. So yeah, I hope everybody starts getting the greatest results they've ever had in their business, in their life, in their relationships, everything, because this stuff applies to everything. The same stuff that's going to give you a better life is going to give you a better relationship. It's going to help you get along with people more. It's just, we're trying to improve the quality of life for everybody. And if a few of my words can help you do that, then my job is done. So take care, enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure to hit me up whenever you get the chance. Peace.
This is A.Artist, and I'm listening to the Esskimo and GRR podcast.
This is Justice from Nobody Hip Hop, and you're listening to Esskimo and the GRR podcast.
What's good, y'all? This is Scumbag Key, and you're listening to Esskimo and the Get Rich Rapping podcast.